Man, guys, hello. Woo, hello guys, hello. I'm really sorry that I am so late, 15 minutes late. Wow. I know some of you guys have come and gone. Hopefully they'll be back later. I must apologize for the late arrival. I can't believe it. Can you believe it? 15 minutes, man. So annoying. Anyway, hello and welcome to another day in paradise, and welcome to another edition of the Unapologetic Negropian. In today's live video, we're going to be discussing how much of an impact those Gambians in the diaspora have had on the wider Gambian diaspora and Gambia as a small country. I think it's important that we see what kind of an impact they've had on the country, what they have done. I was watching a live video yesterday. I was watching a live video. Who was it? It was, God, what's his name? Afrodamas. I was watching a live video with Afrodamas last night, and he was critiquing Go Black to Africa. Okay, what are you saying? That's nothing wrong with that. Of course not. I've done it many times myself. But I was more interested in, oh gosh, what the hell is this? 1 second. I was more interested in the way he spoke about West Africa as a whole, and the disparaging things, and how comfortable he was with saying these really negative, disparaging things about his homeland and about West Africa as a whole, like he doesn't come from there. You know, I always like to think that, you talk about your society, but what you don't realize is that you are the society. You are society. So whenever you have something bad or disparaging to say about where you've come from or your people or whatever, you're actually talking about yourself. And it had me thinking, over the last year, we've seen a lot go on. We've seen a lot go on in the Gambia. We've seen the Gambia really go from bad to worse in terms of its #1 industry, which is the tourist industry. Fishing comes a slow second, but that hasn't been far behind with all the fishing vessels coming from China. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, just what have these guys done? What have these guys done? I sit here talking to you, and I normally speak about those scammers. Yes, they are scammers. Kwesi Boyd is not somebody who I would trust with my good money. Blacksit either, and of course not Art Cathy, right? I wouldn't trust these people. However, these are people who have come from countries that were not of their own, who have made the Gambia their home, and who have contributed to Gambian society in some form or another. And it's for the Gambian, for your normal Gambian person, it's a positive. It's normally a positive. They've either earned money through them, they've used them as some sort of symbiont to try and get contact with the wider world, to get more contacts throughout the United States and the United Kingdom and beyond. They've created jobs. I don't even like saying this, but because the quality of the jobs that they've created for these people have been, most of the time, they've been poor. If you'd have to look at more of the agency property sector to look at people who have come from outside, who have built businesses, which is more skilled labor in reality. So yeah, so that's where we are. That's where we are at this moment. Afrodamas call in. Anyway, yeah, you can call in. I'm going to put the thingy on. Actually, I'm going to put the link on so you guys can come in whenever you feel like it. But what was I saying? I just think when I was listening to this video last night, I was listening to this live. I was thinking, like, you know, how dare you? What have you done? You know, the first sign of trouble, he scarpered off to the United States. He's done nothing but talk about it. And the good things that he has possibly done, which I haven't seen, it's an enigma. I don't know. He hasn't spoken about it. And if you have done something good for your country or for your people, and you're on YouTube, it's likely you're going to talk about it, right? You've got a lot of negative things to say about that part of the world. You would normally talk about the positive contributions that you have made to your motherland. But he hasn't said anything. There hasn't been any. I have built a village. I have brought fresh water to this ABCD village. I have built some sort of mechanism where my tax money goes in the United States. My tax money goes over to a charity that is being run in the Gambia, and you know, that is building a small medical facility, you know, in the far east. Nothing. I haven't seen anything. Ironically, from these scammers, I've seen plenty of evidence that they have done good for the people in that sort of sense, in that sort of a way. I know with Blacksit, she's done, when she does things, it's never, you know, an altruistic motive behind it. There's normally a reason for her doing it. But she's still done it. She's still drilled boreholes for multiple villages. She's still helped one, Mr. Jallo, I believe his name is. I believe she's helped one young man to go to university. You know, she has built up these charitable contributions and helped people, even though she's creamed them. You know as well as I do is that she's creamed them, but she's still raised money for these people. Now, I don't like saying this as much as you guys like listening to, but the reality is this, is that they have done a damn sight more for their people, for the Gambian people, I call them, for the Gambian people, for your everyday Gambians. These scammers, these scam artists, these criminals have done a far sight more to contribute to those people than these Gambians that I've seen on YouTube possibly ever will. Whether that's because they don't have the money or what, I don't know. But they have made significant, and arguably we know about this because, well, they tell us all the time, don't they? Whenever they do a little thing for a Gambian, they really shout out about it. So, yeah, Osman Toure, that's what I was talking about, yeah. So she's helped Osman Toure go to university. I mean, this is no small feat. It's like she's said that she's going to do something and she's gone ahead and done it. But the likes of what's his name, Afrodamas and Amy Joby. I mean, what has Amy Joby done? Absolutely nothing. Zero. These are people that have just scarpered off from the Gambia as soon as they managed to find somebody, you know, that could give them that freedom to escape that country. That's what they call it, escape it. As soon as they found somebody, they left. And yeah, they left their loved ones behind. And I know some of you are going to maybe argue, okay, yeah, well, you got remittances, don't you? They're sending money back to the Gambia. Are you sure about that? How do you know? We don't know that. We know that it's likely that they do, because we do. We know that remittances is one of the largest contributors to the Gambian financial system. It is massive. So that's where I am at this present moment. I wanted to just take a look back at what these guys have done over the last year. Where have they been? What have they done more than, you know, apart from bickering with one another, starting arguments, critiquing other people? What is the demonstrable thing that they have, the demonstrable contribution that they have made to their homeland? Perhaps it's not even tangible. Perhaps we can't see it. You know, perhaps they have brought strength to people, or they have given people hope, or they have inspired people. I'm going to go through these YouTubers now, and I'm going to see whether they've done anything, either or. Kind of think I know the answer to this one, which is unfortunate. But yeah, we're going to go into it and see what they say as soon as I find this thing. You know, who am I going to start with? I'm going to start with, I'm thinking, I'm doing it at the top of my head. So I'm going to start with, what's that? Amy's Corner. Amy's Corner, is it? Forgot her name. Aggie's Corner. We're going to start with her. Now, I'm not going to go too deep into her. And I'm not here, actually, guys. I want you to realize this. I'm not here to just berate people, put them down. Because once again, I'm just putting myself into their shoes. I'm literally doing exactly what they have done, which is nothing towards being a positive contributor to Gambian society. Okay? Even Phoenix Rain has done more. You've seen she's teaching people over there. Even she's done more. So, what is Aggie's Corner? What has she done? This is the easy one. This is the reason why I started it. I haven't seen her, and maybe you guys can correct me on this one. I'll take a panda off, but I'm bringing Jesus back. Whatever, it's out of space. African Fan Tribe, I don't know two of them, but about one I cannot talk bad about at all. The other is 40% self-proclaimed Blackfoot, and the pastor talking about me and my country when he is in the top 20's most corrupt country. Yeah, both countries are bad. So let's admit it. Equatorial Guinea is perhaps the worst. Let's put our hands up with this one. Equatorial Guinea is laughable because the people there aren't getting angry. And those people in Equatorial Guinea, now that they have started feeling the rewards, you know, from all this money that they had from the oil, okay, from 20 years ago, I think they found oil, right? Early 2000s, they found the oil. These people, Equatorial Guinea should be like better than Saudi Arabia. It should be like Bahrain. It should be like Kuwait. It should be like Dubai even. They have the money to do whatever they want. But Equatorial Guinea, the president there, instead of accepting somewhere in the region of $60 out of 100 for a barrel of oil, which is Brent crude, by the way, the best oil you can get. They accepted $12. And the American companies like Exxon, who are extracting this oil, they love that. $12. They are making so many people rich in America. It's nonsensical. But they are also turning themselves into billionaires as well. So, you know, they don't mind. They don't care. As long as they take their money and then they can run afterwards. That is Equatorial Guinea in a nutshell, unfortunately. And $12, yes, Audrey Kemi, $12. That's how much they are accepted. I know this because I was doing research for a video that I was making about them. $12 per barrel, which is turning them into billionaires, but it's turning those people from Exxon into, you know, extremely wealthy people because they're able to make their money easily back on the extraction and put a lot more money on top of it as well. They're making lots of money. And that money, I mean, if you had a better leader, you could literally put the price of the oil up. If the Americans didn't want to take it out, you could go to the Norwegians instead, or to the British. You could offer them the licenses as well. Hike the price up to $60 per barrel, and you could easily pave your roads, build the best infrastructure in your beautiful little country. You could really turn it into a place, you know, which people will be proud of. But people are starving there. Equatorial Guinea needs a lot of help, and it makes people angry. It makes me angry to think that we have African leaders that are so greedy and who are doing that. I'm coming a bit off the subject here. Sorry, I'm going to take a look at some of your... Oh yeah, tell it. I'm going to say hello to you guys in one moment. Once again, I'm sorry I'm late. African Fang Tribe, you were here so early. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. This is going to be fire. I wish you open the lines up for people. Yeah, I will. I'm going to open it up. I am going to open it up. I just need to find a way how to do it because I got to do it through StreamYard. Oh yeah, I know how to do it. I'm going to do it in a moment. I know how to do it. So yeah, so who was we with? Aggie's Corner. So Aggie's Corner this year, we saw what she did with this boyfriend that she had. So we know she divested. We know she is a divester. That's absolutely no problem with me. It's your life. You do whatever you want to do. But if you run from your country, you divest when you get to your new host country, right? You get to the United Kingdom and you immediately set apart from divesting who you are and your methods of growing and a potential family in the future. If you immediately start doing that, and then you get angry because Blacksit is not talking to you because Blacksit is busy trying to open up a small country for people to enable people more ease to move to Africa. And if they have this ease there, then they will also bring in their money. They'll also start bringing more houses, building more houses and that type of thing. Literally doing something like that. And what Aggie's Corner failed to do was to see the bigger picture in this case. She didn't see the bigger picture. All she saw was an ignorant, rude, selfish woman with a British accent who was planning to do this for her own benefit. which was true. Which was true. I think it's okay to voice that. Voice it out. Tell people. She's only doing this for herself. That's okay. That's fine. That's fine. But if she's only, she as long as at some point she's helping to contribute back towards Gambian society, do you have a foot, you know, to step? I said that analogy really wrong. Do you have, as a person, as a Gambian that has moved away and turned their backs on their country, do you have the ability to turn around and criticize anyone? I don't think you do. I think you will struggle to do that. And that's my problem with Aggie's Corner, that really, it's nothing too substantial. I just think that she could have, you know, I think when you have people, you know, I think she should have contributed something herself. And I don't think, even after this video gets posted, I don't think anybody is going to believe her or any of the rest of these people if they turn around and say, oh, well, I did this, I did A, B, C, D. BS. It is total BS if they start doing that. So anyway, that was my little rant at Aggie's Corner. Let's have a look. So I'm going to turn to Binta next. I don't really know Binta that well, but this is part of what I'm talking about. I don't know Binta that well. Why not? Because she doesn't really project herself into social media. This doesn't mean that she hasn't done anything. It just means that perhaps she doesn't really have anything to project into social media. She comes across as being quite insular, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with being a person who likes to keep to themselves. But I've watched some of her videos and it doesn't sound like she's an intelligent person. So I'm sitting here and listening to these videos and I'm like, what are these guys? Is this the best the Gambia has to offer? This cannot be the best. We know they're not the best. We know, because we've seen people, we've seen some good people come out of the Gambia. They just don't seem to be, I don't know, they don't seem to be communicating with those people in the community about what they've done, what they plan to do, or, you know, I mean, they don't have to communicate it to anybody. They just need to do it. But if they do it, we can't see that tangible evidence. We can't see anything, you know, on the ground happening as we speak. So let's have a look. I'm going to try and Equatorial Guinea needs help. Yes, it does. I'm going to try and add you guys in one moment. So yeah, that's my honest to God, my opinion on this Binta. I don't think she has anything to contribute to Gambian society. There's nothing there. This is the reason why when she comes online, when she does make a video, it's normally about a subject or a topic that's already been running, and you're sitting there just listening to, you know, this rhetoric being regurgitated. And I don't know, there is just something that is not there with her. When I see Binta, I see a soulless creature, which is unfortunate. But that doesn't mean to say she's a bad person. I'm just saying, do you have the ability to then chastise or criticize somebody else who is doing something good for your country? I don't think it does. I don't think it does. Okay, so we're going to go on to Renee Marcus. Renee Marcus. We know what she's done. She's been vocal. I think she has put a lot into Gambian society, albeit not tangible, but she started up a company to help people to purchase land and property without being scammed. Sounds like my company, yeah. I did mention this in a video, but yeah, she's done something like that. And you know the way she stood up to Art Kathy. You remember the way she stood up to Art Kathy? That is something that you can't ever take away from Renee Marcus. She did amazing when nobody else did. When everybody else shut their mouths, she was there on the front lines. And she got hurt. Remember? She disappeared for a while. And that's because she couldn't take all the bullying, the disgusting bullying, which was happening between these American, the criminals, you know, like Art Kathy and co. She couldn't take that. So that doesn't really show me that she has the strength to follow through when times get really rough. When the chips are down, and that's what happened. The chips were down then. She didn't give anybody the ability to, you know, to hold. She didn't hold anybody's hands and walk into the fire with them. She sort of just fizzled away, like she didn't exist. Like, okay, I've done my thing, you know, good luck. And then once again, that may be something intangible, but what are the things, the demonstrable success stories that she has added to the Gambia, apart from this company, which I haven't heard a lot of lately? What are the positive, tangible contributions that she has made to Gambian society? I would argue nothing. Once again, I don't think that. I think that we should look at tangible and intangible successes coming from one person. You know, whether it be, you know, as an intangible, giving people inspiration to do something. You know, to go abroad, to work hard, to become somebody, and perhaps come back to the Gambians and always treat your people with respect, and, you know, and defend them when they need defending, if they need defending. I mean, they're Gambians, rarely do they need defending. So yeah, I think that you have these intangible things like this, but I think what the Gambia really needs now more than anything is the tangible things that you can do for people, you know, helping schools out with materials, making sure that fresh, you know, a whole village, you know, you can work there for 2 weeks and you can get a group of people together and help build, you know, water pumps, wells, whatever. You know, it's not a difficult thing to do. These wells are cheap. So, I mean, that's it for Renee Marcus. I am going to go back over them, actually. But like I said, I started here. Where did I start with? Aggie's Corner. I'm going to go to Amy Joby. Okay. So Amy Joby, not a lot of you guys know Amy Joby, right? Or Joby, I forgot her name. We'll call it Amy Joby. So not a lot of you guys know her, but she's a small time. She's not even a comedian, really. She's somebody that is not well known, even in Gambian society, which is weird because the country is tiny, right? So you would have thought that everybody would have known Amy Joby. But Amy Joby is once again, she's another divestor who has moved to Scotland long time ago. And I always say this about Africans, especially Nigerians, actually. I always think, why on earth have you moved to Ohio? Why have you moved to Boise, Idaho? If you go to Boise, Idaho, and you go to some nondescript suburban neighborhood in Boise, Idaho, you will find a thriving Nigerian family. It's like, you're thinking, how do you do it? It's crazy how they do it. But Scotland, man, I mean, I've met a woman actually from the Gambia. When last time I was flying back from the Gambia, I met a woman who was flying to, she's flying to London with me, and then she was jumping on the next flight to Inverness. It's like, that's where she lives. And I was like, you must be the only black person on that entire island. Inverness is in like northern Scotland, So, you know, you get these people, you will get people who will go out of their way to go and live somewhere because they know they can thrive and prosper. But I don't think that's what what happened to her when she moved to Scotland. She moved to a I honestly, guys, I mean, I've lived in Scotland myself, and I know this. Scotland's a dive. It is a raw dive. It's a place I didn't even visit until I was, okay, how old was I? I was in my 40s. I think I was in my early 40s when I first visited Scotland. I was like 40 years old. And I'd lived in the UK, you know, clearly for a very long time. Spent the majority of my life in the UK. So that is crazy. It's not a place where you would want to go, especially during the winter. It's cold, it's inhospitable. The people are an acquired taste, right? We'll say that. They're an acquired taste. So, you know, when you get people like Amy Joby, who clearly hasn't done anything, and I made sure I checked as well, guys. She's done nothing. She is another person who just jumped up on her high horse and left the country as fast as she could when she had the opportunity. Do you know what? I don't like making it sound bad, because I think there are people who do come here. There are people who come here all the time from other parts. I mean, come to the UK all the time from other parts of the world, and they are able to be given that chance to thrive, to grow, to do something positive with their lives. You know, they do that, and I don't think that is a problem. I think it becomes the problem when you start jumping onto the YouTube afterwards, criticizing those people who are helping, who are doing something, who are contributing positively, you know, perhaps negatively as well, but positively as well for the normal man, child and woman in the Gambia, contributing positively to that community, or to that society, we should say, you know, in a tangible sort of a way. And so, yeah, that's Amy Joby. And then we've got Afrodamas. So if you watched his live last night, you would have heard him criticize Go Black to Africa, which is okay. But like I said before, something I have done on many occasions. And I don't think there was a lot that Go Black to Africa got wrong, actually. And then you had Afrodamas, who also agreed a lot with the things with what Go Black was saying. And then I was thinking, after the conversation, I was thinking, okay, so what have you done about it? You know, what have you done? Did you, you know, he was able to talk about all the bad things that I think it was Sierra Leone he was talking about, not the Gambia, but Sierra Leone, but he might have been talking about the Gambia. He's talking about the bad things that Sierra Leone needs and how it's an ish hole. I think Go Black said this, but it's probably just clickbait, but he probably meant it to. So yeah, you have this, I think he's Gambian. I think Afrodamas is of Gambian descent. Yeah, that Afrodamas, really giving it to him, you know. But another thing he did, which was of concern to me, was the way how comfortable he was able to say the bad things about these West African countries. And he was able to sit back and talk proudly with this thick African accent about all the good things that America has. It's like, yeah, we know that America has reasonable infrastructure, you know, but where do you get that ability to boast about it when you're not American? I don't understand how that happens. I remember a young lady who I knew in the UK, and she went to move to Germany. She lived in Germany for a few years, and she was so proud of being German. And she was like, "Oh, you know, this car is designed by a German." And I'm like, "You're not German. You're from Ireland, man. Why are you talking like that? Why do these people talk this way with so much passion about another man's country, a country where the reality is the majority of people didn't even want you to be there? If you would have told the majority of American people, you know, given them the ability to say yay or nay to your status to come and live in the United States, the majority of them would say no. Even the left-wing ones, they would all say no, unless you were a doctor or something, which I doubt you are. Afrodamas, I don't think he's a doctor. Correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, so where do people get that from? I can't do that. I can't even do it about the UK. I used to say a lot of nice things about the UK. I used to be proud that I was born there because of our stance towards everything. You know, I was a Blairite. Remember Mr. Blair? You know, Prime Minister Blair? You know, he was walking on water until he did what he did in Iraq. So for me, you know, during his period, during his reign as Prime Minister in the UK was my best time, one of my best times. And I think that's why I associate him with positiveness. You know, he did something which you guys in America would call affirmative action. We call it something else in the UK, and I cannot remember. We have something like affirmative action in the UK, where in the 1990s, if you was a black man and you wanted to become a police officer or a fireman, or you wanted to, you know, work in some government sector, they would accept you like that. In the 1990s, all these top dogs of these big government organizations were given quotas. And they said, you have to fill these quotas. Okay? That's the way they did it. We need this many Asian women. We need this many Caribbean men. We need this many African. That's what they would do. And they had to fill those positions. They had to fill them. So during that period in the 1990s, black people were being almost like we were being dragged in from the cold, you know. Of course, it wasn't all sunshine and rainbows, but a lot of people got a lot of prominent jobs, and I stayed in those jobs, and it did a lot of positive for us, you know, during the 1990s. Can't remember where I was going to now. Came from Blair. Where was I? Yeah. So anyway, I used to say a lot of nice things about the UK, and I was born there. I was raised in the UK. But I just find it strange when I hear somebody like Afrodamas talk about an adopted country like he built it, when he didn't build it. It was built on the blood, sweat, and tears of those African American men, women, and children who grafted in those fields for nothing. And now we have everybody enjoying the spoils of their work. And even those people who are enjoying the spoils of their work are coming over into the United States, and they're saying negative things about the people, the offspring of those people that worked for that money, who worked to make that country. That was not a purposeful cough. Great, yeah. The people that made America, you know, the weapons manufacturer that it is today, unfortunately. So I just find it ironic. That's my problem. I don't think people like Afrodamas I don't think they have the legs to stand on. That's the word. So they don't have any legs to stand on. They have no right to criticize any African American who goes and critiques either another country or the United States, for instance. They don't have that, because what did you do? How did you contribute to making that place better before you left? You did nothing. All you did was you talked about it. What you did for that country and what a racist did, you know, who hates Africa, what they did to the country, exactly the same thing. Nothing. Contributed zero. So why should we be giving, why should we be giving these Gambian diasporans, why should we be showing them the light of day? Why should we be giving them any interest into what they are saying when clearly they don't care about their countries, or else they wouldn't have left them and not gone back? Okay, Renee Marcus has gone back a few times. They've gone back, but they've made the UK their home. They've made the United States their home. They are never coming to go and live back in the Gambia, because the way that they got brought up, what they felt growing up in the Gambia, is not going to be as bad as what they are going to receive in the United States of America. It isn't. So, maybe here, so in Europe, that might be different, but in the United States of America, you're always going to be classed as a second-class citizen, even by the grimiest, dirtiest, filthiest Southern POS that you find. They're going to treat you and look at you like you're the second citizen, you know. Even if you have a doctorate, even if you're a pediatric surgeon, yeah, I'm bigger than you, you know, literally, probably as well. So, guys, okay, I've just gone through them. I'm going to say hello to you guys, and I'm really sorry that I haven't said hello to you guys. I'm going to say hello to you guys. I'm going to read some of your messages, and I'm going to try and put this. StreamYard, what do you call it? I'm going to try and put the StreamYard link on. I'm going to try and do it now. Give me a moment. StreamYard, let's have a look. StreamYard, more, boom. Post, comment. Oh, how do I do this? Oh, dear. Let's have a look. Boop, boop, boop. Ah, there we go. Guests, invite a guest, copy to clipboard. Okay, so more. Post comment. There we go. Paste. Done. Hey. So, okay, so let's get on with this. Damn, a lot of you guys here today. Hello, Africa Fang Tribe. Feel free to come in when you feel like it. Way back then, why does Afrodamas call you fish? I don't know. I have no idea. I didn't know he called me fish. Anyway, Stoic One, hello. Tanya, hello, Tanya. Kyrus the virus, hello. Stoic One, sorry, Miss Kizzy. Someone needs to tear Ton away from those vegetarian cookies he likes to eat before his lives. Vegetarian cookies, what the hell are you talking about? Supergirl, hello. Audrey Kemi, hello. Lamin Baku. Isatu Space, hello. Let's have a look, see what anybody else is saying. In Movement, hello, nice to see you again. Amy Joby, married to a white Scotsman. Why does that not surprise me? Why does that not surprise me? Well, she needed a way to get that green card, I think. So, you know, she had to do what she had to do. Renee Marcus went back and built in the Gambia. She did. She is, you know, I didn't really have a lot of negative things to say about Renee Marcus, actually. I didn't know that she built any property or anything like that. I thought she'd just bought land. But yeah, she has been a positive contributor into Gambian society. Worthy of the platform that she's been put on, you know, is it worthy of that? I don't think so. I mean, we've been given her the accolade of princess and queen, you know. Is she worth that? I'm not sure about that, but yeah, she's a warrior for sure. Black for Righteous Folks, hello. Why does Blacksit help her own people in Jamaica? Why doesn't Blacksit help her own people in Jamaica? And Adrian's family in Montserrat is all fake for YouTube attention and to hope of getting Gambian Parliament. Lamin Baku, listen, Jamaica doesn't need the kind of help that the Gambia needs. Although the Gambia, you know, the Gambia could do a lot easily, you know, to make a change to the country, because it's a small country, right? It doesn't need huge investment, okay? It just needs one thing, you know, it just needs one oil well off their coast, just one. Oh, maybe it's got one already. I've got to remember that. Just needs one thing, one major industry, and then that's it. Everything else will fall into place. But they don't do this. When the presidents come into office in the Gambia, it's chill time. You know, status quo, please. They don't want anything. No ups or downs. All those election promises that they promised, they don't. They never keep them. They never keep them. And when they know they're not going to keep them, they say something, you know, about the LGBT community. Oh, let's talk bad about the LGBT community. And in that way, you know, we can throw people's minds off, and then the sheep will listen to it, and they're like, oh, yeah, that's our man. Man, I'm just looking at these people like puppets, really, being played so easily. Sad, but true. Very true. Give me a second to see who's in here. Is anybody in here? Oh, no. No one yet. Okay, cool. I'm using the front camera, so it's better. Sorry, guys. Arika, my blood is from the Clotilda, and we are greatness wherever we go. It doesn't matter. That's why the Caucasoid follow us to say where the black people are at. Okay. I bring in God, aka God, so you can tell him to his face, talking about Amy or whatever her name is. Oh, Yeah. Oh gosh, guys, you guys are funny. Okay, so correct. Foundational Black Americans who didn't receive hardly anything, the slave masters received compensation on Juneteenth. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Something needs to be done about that. It wasn't a million years ago, it was only 150 years ago. Something needs to be done. Let's have a look. Tonya Metoya, Cisse, Paul Williams. I'm not going back and forth about a moot point. She's not truly of Gambian descent according to the country's constitution. Neither of her parents are Gambian by birth, period. Oh, sorry, who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? Who are we talking about? I'm trying to find you guys. Let's have a look. No plan to relocate, just visit, assess their business and visit with their family before heading back to the UK. Yeah, I think that's what she was doing. I think that's what she was doing. Renee Marcus isn't truly a Gambian. Her mother is Senegalese and her father is from Togo. He was given refuge and citizenship by Gambia. How do you know all this? Anyway. Sorry. By Gambia's former dictator. Wow. They purchased property for their business. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. BB, do you think that the people in Africa even know that the government is supposed to work for them and in their best interests? Seems like they don't know that. You know, that's a very good point, BB. I think that in many African countries, they see these politicians, they don't see them as the civil servants that they are, the public servants. They are there to serve the people, to work for them on their behalf. People don't see them in that way. And I think it's a cultural thing. They see them as the leader, as someone who is above reproach, you know? They see them as people who are very successful because they have gotten to the highest administrative office in the land. So you treat them with respect. And it's not the way it's supposed to be. You don't have to treat them with respect. They're there to work for you. The government doesn't have any money. The money that is in the Gambia comes from the Gambia. It doesn't come from, the politicians in the Gambia. It doesn't come from them. It comes from the Gambia itself, the country itself, and the people that work in that country, the ones who do pay taxes. I know a lot of people don't pay taxes, but the ones who do, from the natural resources. I know they don't have a lot of natural resources, but they do have natural resources. And they have the people, of course, who are working in the industry, the vacations and the holidays and the hotels and that sort of stuff. They are working in that sector. The people have everything, right? They shouldn't have to bow down to these politicians. Yet they find themselves doing so. And it's because they're not stupid. They know what will happen if they go back to their village in the middle of the jungle, when it's all quiet. They know someone will just get sent. It's a horrible way of looking at it. But I've been to a village like that, pitch black, not one street lamp. It's crazy the way how some people live in the Gambia. It's wild. Yeah. Anyway, so where were we? I'm going to go through the rest of your comments. Sorry, you guys are really busy. Oh, goodness, the wigs. Fang, UN is talking about your country. Yeah, trillionaires. They're not quite trillionaires. They're not quite trillionaires, are they? But they are very, very wealthy. Oh man, I don't even like talking about these people. How can they even show their faces on TV? It's so disgusting what they've done, that they haven't managed to build, you know, a whole host of good schools and have the best teachers inside them. You know, start building an industry for your people. Build something, just something that will carry people through once these leaders go away, something that they can leave a legacy for those people in Equatorial Guinea. No, they just want that mansion in the middle of Paris. So greedy, it's vile, absolutely vile. I heard they've got three. The most expensive car in the world, well, it used to be anyway, at the time, was the Bugatti Veyron, and they bought three of those. Or two of those, and then the new one. They've got a Chiron. So they've spent, these people, the people in their villages below this massive mansion in Equatorial Guinea, they don't have money. They have to, you know, they don't have anything, literally. They are working for pennies. And then at this mansion, they've got these three cars that are worth a little over $5 million just sitting there, and they can't drive them around the country because there's no roads, because they haven't spent the money on the roads. So, man, these people. Oh man, these people. I can't anymore. Really, it's crazy. Let's have a look. Oh, you guys are going for it in the comment sections. Why? Be civil to one another. Be civil. Let's have a look. I'm just going to post the link again for those guys who missed it. So yeah, if you want to join in, please feel free to come in and have a chat. Just check, see if anybody is there. No, no one is there. Good to hear this. I prefer that, if I need to be honest with you. So let's have a look. No, fuck that. So that's what we have. We have these people. We have these people. Should we be listening to them? Are they better or are they better? I've said this. I said it as a joke, but I was being honest. Are they better or are they better? Are they people that have come out, you know, pretending to be, you know, the heroes of the Gambia? Are they the heroes of the Gambia, or are they just the great pretenders? People who are trying to grow their YouTube channels and who are struggling. Should we even give them that platform to talk about their own country in a negative way? Should somebody just turn around to Afrodamas and say, and do something constructive? Do something constructive for ECOWAS, for anything. Yeah, there are people there. Yeah, there are billionaires there who don't need, you know, who can miss that money and build a road instead. Yes, there is. But why do we always look for other people to do those things? We've been doing this for a long time. We know the leaders are corrupt. We know they are. What's the next move? You seem to know everything. What's the next move? It's frustrating. It really is frustrating, but it is what it is. Let's have a look at what you guys say. I don't even believe 80% of the rubbish you pretend to know firsthand or seen anywhere in the continent. Don't know who you're talking to, but I'll leave that there. Vision. If you would really talk to Gambians on the ground, you'd know they are not as stupid and naive as you draw them here. You got to put the @ sign so you know, so we know who you're talking to. I don't know, but yeah, okay. I never said that. If you're talking about me, I never said that Gambians are stupid, but they are definitely having the wool pulled over their eyes at this present moment. They've been doing that for decades now, and something needs to change. Let's have a look. Supergirl, will this be the beginning of a public fallout with someone we know to be from there? EG. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Who's EG? Oh gosh, who's EG? Oh dear. Let's have a look. Yeah, exactly, BB. No roads to drive their expensive cars. Who does that? Who does that? It's just, oh, man. Do they have no embarrassment? It's crazy. What do we mean by beta, not alpha? You know, are these the cream of Gambian society? Is this what we have? You know, propelling and protecting the Gambian people, and being a voice for them. Is Amy Joby the person who we have? Is that all we got? Yeah, because these people, they feel like betas. They feel like betas because they haven't really made the right types of noises. They've been in the diaspora for long enough. Don't you think they should have made some sort of positive contribution, left a legacy for those people who are still back in the Gambia, who would love to be in the position of being able to work a normal 9 to 5 in a first world country, a civilized country. Yeah, that's the question. You are not interested in Gambia, in Africa at all. You are just jumping on a bandwagon of clickbait. Is there a lot of people talking about this? Ah, I didn't know that there were lots of people talking about this. I didn't know there was a bandwagon to be jumping on. But yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry about that. Black for Righteous folks. Yeah, I know that. Bro, what is your background? You, the Mr. Unapologetic. My background. It's a good question, but we're not talking about me. We're not talking about me. Come on, man. And do we really need to say this? I've said this a million times now. Whew. No. I'm going to stay on course. Yeah, I know that. Equatorial Guinea. So, you know, the way I see it is that I think that you have these people who should be more focused on bringing themselves together and doing something positive for the countries in which they have come from. I don't see that. I see scammers doing it and then patting themselves on the back. You know, they know that there's a massive void there of people who are just coming just to help out for no reason whatsoever. You know, just because out of the goodness of their own hearts, they know they have that. And so this is a really easy way for those scammers who have gone to the Gambia to scam land from landowners. It's a really easy way to acquire that land. It's really a nice thing that they have done. I'm trying to look for the Guys, if you want to come in, the link is in the. You have to scroll to the link, but the link is there. Oh goodness, glad no one's in yet. Oh, my goodness. So stop flip flopping. I'm not flip flopping. I'm telling you the truth. I've just said it. But I don't deal with the Fang tribe. You can't fill anyone's cup if you're an empty vessel. Wow. Guys, calm down, calm down. You said you would stop gossiping and care about PDs in the Gambia, and there you are. This is a gossip. Am I not allowed to ask these questions anymore? I'm very comfortable when I read comments like this. I'm very comfortable because I realize that I don't know who this person is. This person could be the person who I'm talking about. You never know. Let's have a look. What else? They want reformed infrastructure. Yeah, but they need money for that. And now, sorry, from what my communication with my husband's family and friends, yes, they do want reformed infrastructure. They don't need it reformed, they just need it, you know. And they need it at a status where Ghana is now, where they have a decent amount of paved roads, even outside the city. Oh, so yeah. It's up to them to do something about that. They can do something about that, but they just don't want to. Let's have a look. Who else? Yeah. So, guys, I don't have to keep going on about this. I'm just going to give you my personal opinion, right? Personally, I haven't done a lot in the Gambia. I have started a company which is going to help those people to invest in the Gambia. In reality, you can say that I am doing a service for the Gambian people to a certain degree. But that doesn't mean I should come online and talk about it and tell people what I'm doing. And it's not really helping people tangibly in the Gambia straight away. It's a long-term thing, helping to cultivate a culture of talking about your country in a positive light is always going to help that. Coming on YouTube and talking bad about West Africa and about how, oh, we have corruption, we have, we have natural disasters, things, all the bad things that happen to us. Just come on now. When are you just going to man up and pick up that mantle and take some responsibility? Take some responsibility. And now that you are living, these Gambians are living in the West, they have the ability to do things which the normal Joe in the Gambia, who can only focus on their survival, they can do things that those people can't. Diasporan Gambians need to recognize the privilege that they have. They're in a privileged position. They're in a position where only 20% of the world is at this present moment. You know, having the ability to sit inside a comfortable house and make a video or whatever. Not everybody's afforded that. And so I think, we need to appreciate what we have for sure. But in the same way, we need to learn. Like I keep talking about the Chinese, just learn from them. Learn, take in the knowledge, assimilate it, use it. The Chinese are the best at it, and we can learn a lot of that. Some countries are afraid to approach their government and improvements. They will get murdered to shut them up. Exactly. That can happen in some cases. It's difficult for people to talk. I have a friend now at this moment who's in Belarus, and she's been an anti-government activist for a very long time, and she's afraid. She's afraid because she keeps thinking something bad is going to happen. Where is it happening? Ukraine or Belarus? No, this is in Russia. This is in Russia. It's happening. So she's struggling there. There are lots of people who would love to be in your shoes right now if you're in the United States, or love to be in some Western European country like they do right now. So we got to count our lucky blessings, but we've got to realize that there is a whole, you know, for every one of us, there is 100 people who would love to also take that chance. And, you know, you shouldn't leave a man behind. You should always be there to help those people. And not perhaps come back one day. I think you have an obligation, once you've learned your skills and everything else, to go back to the Gambia and help build the Gambia and help teach other youngsters the trick of your trades that you've learned in the West. I think that's the least you can do. I shouldn't have to convince somebody to do that. Anyways, have a look. Afrodamas is reflecting, analyzing, and contributed very nice self-made perspectives. Turn is warming up what others were cooking. Is that you, Afrodamas, visionary of love? That's you, isn't it? It's really bad English. Talk what you want, but don't pretend as if you're interested in... Oh, man, I can't even read your English. Come on. The best was when you gave platform for people to meet up who felt scammed by Blackseed. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I do have another video coming up. I have another video coming up, but it's not Blackseed that was scamming them. It was somebody else. You have to wait for that one though. No, it's not. Afrodamas would have problems showing. Afrodamas would have problem showing his face. Would not have a problem showing his face. I have no idea what you're saying. I'm going to start leaving your conversation. I'm going to leave you guys to talk. Keep chatting amongst each other. So anyway, guys, so I just wanted to give you my opinion. So that's what I think, genuinely. I genuinely believe that we cannot anymore rely purely on the information that is coming from Africa and being distributed from the Africans, more specifically the African diasporans themselves. You know, a lot of the times, those ones that have moved away have come from sometimes even abject poverty, and they've gotten this opportunity to move to the United States or to the UK. And they will do anything in their power to make sure they stay put in that place. So you can't, you can't trust them. You can't trust them. Sorry, you can't. But, you know, I will say this, you know, you all have your favorites, and you must feel free to speak to whoever you want to speak to and listen to whoever you want to listen to. I just find it hard to listen to people who haven't done anything for their country talk about other people who are doing things for their country. Don't you think it's a bit hypocritical? I personally do. So guys, nobody came on, but you know, I'm so tired. I'm gonna leave it there. I'm gonna leave it right there. Guys, I've got a good video coming out tomorrow. You may want to watch it. It's about a Senegalese multi-millionaire who's gotten himself into trouble. Okay, so I've got that video coming out tomorrow night. He's gotten himself into big trouble, and this man is facing a lengthy stint in prison at this present moment in the UK. And so we're going to be talking about him, and we're going to be discussing the reason why he's there. I wonder if any of you guys are going to get it. If you know his name, then just be quiet. Yeah, where's your queen? I thought you said you were going to spice up the channel. Like, no, I'm not doing that. I would never do that to this channel. I'm going to keep this channel professional. No, but I am going to do, what you call it, you know, I am going to start doing a Patreon, and I'm going to be doing specific videos for behind the scenes takes and stuff like that, along with some personal videos on how I get to, you know, because I speak a lot with my wife about what we plan to do. So she will be on some of those videos, and it will be nice. Yeah, it's going to be really cool. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. I think I'm going to start that off around Christmas. I do have a series of videos coming up before Christmas. Actually, I'm going to release those series of videos, really cool videos, and it's about some trouble also that is happening with celebrities in Africa. You're going to like that one too. And I've got another video watch coming up, which is just for fun, right? It's just going to be a 5 or 6 minute video for about my love of Nollywood. You're going to see it for yourself anyway. So I've got those things coming up. Yeah, happy holidays to you too. Happy holidays. Oh, you'll be back in mid-January. Wow, Bertha. Enjoy. Stay safe. So guys, that's it for me for tonight. Man, 70 of you came in. I'm so impressed by that. I'd like to thank you for joining me tonight, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be making those videos tomorrow. I may go live again tomorrow. I may go live as well, okay, to discuss the video that I'm going to release tomorrow. All right, because it does definitely need a discussion. Or maybe I should leave that to next Sunday. No, I'm not. I'm going to go live at some point, either tomorrow or the day afterwards, because it's some crazy stuff. Let's see for yourself though. Check out Blacksit's new vid for a laugh. I will. I'm going to do it. I'm going to watch it now. Hello, YC Test Drive. Big man there. Guys, please follow YC Test Drive, by the way, guys. YC Test Drive is there. He is a Namibian YouTuber. I think it's Namibian, right? Namibian YouTuber. He's been on Go Black to Africa as well. And some of the videos that he makes, man, it's incredible, especially the ones where he's traveling overland in jeeps with his father, I think. Was it your grandfather? Brilliant, brilliant videos. YC Test Drive. And he does really good reviews of cars as well. So please, yeah, follow YC Test Drive. So guys, that's all I've got time for today. Do you know what? I'm going to stay online a bit. Actually, I'm going to keep this online. I'm going to turn off the video. I'm going to contribute in the comment section a bit. So I'm not going to turn it off straight away, but I'm going to be in the comment section because I'm going to sink my teeth into this. I'm going to grab some water and see what you guys got to say. Okay, guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the comment section. Ta-ra a bit. Have a look and